Hello to my VIPs. I'm so happy to share this video with you. I just did a Friday Quickie video showing some alternative card ideas using the stamps in our kits from the big catalog and, well, just from the big catalog, I guess. They're part of the World Card Making Day promotion, which is going on now just till Sunday the 7th. So you got to get on this. And how these kits work are they come with everything you need to make all the cards that are shown here, but you have some leftover items like a stamp block, an ink pad, and the stamp set. And the stamp sets are really cute. So I wanted to show you some things that I had made, kind of changing up a little bit. So in this case, I took the stamp set from the Soft Saying stamp or card kit and made this cute card. And by the way, these are all in that video and I'll post the link to it. Then here I also kind of changed up and made a full-size card rather than it was supposed to be like one of these little gift enclosure type cards. So anyway, I made that. Same thing here. I kind of changed this up. And then this is actually not from a card kit, but it is one of the items on the card making special, which is the So Detailed note cards and envelopes, and they're really cute. So I made this featuring the country home, which by the way is an online class that I have coming out in a couple weeks. So I'm excited about that one. I already have the projects ready to go. So anyway, but today I wanted to show you two things. We're going to make this card, which has a kind of a cool technique with it, as well as I'm going to show you an alternative for one of the cards. So my favorite kit for sure is the Lots of Happy card kit. I really like it. There's lots of fun things in here. It comes with some watercolor pencils. And of course, I love the colors and the black and white and a pop of color. I think that's fun. So what I wanted to do was make this little card, but I wanted it to be a little bit different. I wanted there to be some purples because this looks like lavender to me. I'm sure it's actually something else, but I'm not very handy with the botanicals. Despite my degree in biology, I actually don't know them very well. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I created these cards or this card with some alternatives. So I'm using my Stampin' Blends. So I've got the Highland Heather blend, and whenever I'm coloring, I want to start with my dark color, and on a little image like this, what I'm going to do is put a little bit of that dark color down kind of at the base of each of these little flower petals, or whatever these things are. I don't even know, to be honest. And then I'll blend them in with my lighter color. And what I love is it gives a little bit of shading, which adds so much interest to the image. And then also when you use Stampin' Blends, they're such nice, vibrant colors that it really makes the image pop so much. And I love the watercolor pencils. They're really nice, but they give you a more subtle effect. And I just like how bold and like I said, vibrant this is. And it's not even so much that it's bold because it's a softer color scheme I'm using, but it's just vibrant color. It's rich color, I guess. Okay, so you can see I'm just kind of going over these dark spots with my light marker to kind of blend them out. And again, that gives some great shading. Then I'll do the leaves at the bottom with some Granny Apple Green. By the way, I find this so relaxing to do. But you can see I did color most of this just so that the video wouldn't go on forever. It does have two pieces. This is one piece and then this is the second piece. And like I said, let's do that leaf with the Granny Apple Green. Here you really get some wonderful shading because there's a little bit more room to work with than these teeny little petals. So I'm just kind of coloring in with the dark area, and then I'll do a little bit on the stems as well. And I'm going to blend that with my lighter marker. Oh, it's so pretty. I love the additional markers that we've come out with in the new catalog as well as the holiday catalog. There's so many more options now, which is just wonderful. So you can see I'm really going over that darker area so I get some nice blending Then we'll just finish off these stems. And then let's go ahead and put our card together. So this is one of those narrow note cards, or at least the size. We don't have this color. We have white ones that are in the catalog. But they also have coordinating envelopes, which are nice. And then part of the kit has a little piece of printed paper. And actually, I will refer to my kit in putting this together. This is the card. You can see it's really pretty in pink, but I wanted to do, like I said, purple. So I'm going to start by adhering this little piece of printed paper right on there. It's just a teeny bit skinnier than the note card itself. Then there's also these beautiful little die cut leaves. So we're just going to add those in the background. And what I love about this is it just adds a nice little touch, a subtle little touch to the card. So I've got one kind of coming out this way, and we'll put another one coming out that way. Very pretty. By the way, these are the same shape as the Falling Flowers die cuts, just so you know that. All right, now we're going to add this beautiful, beautiful piece right here. Oops. Oh, it's sticking. Phew, got it. It's sticking to the adhesive that I already put down. All right, so we'll put that right there. And then we're going to take this second piece and pop it up because it's so pretty. Just looks gorgeous. So we'll pop that up, and then we're going to add our little tag on top. Now, you can do whatever kind of sentiment you want. This says, sending happiest birthday wishes. Oh, I had a memento pad here somewhere. Ah, here it is. Or here's to the happiest birthday yet. I knew it was something about a happy birthday. All right, so that looks wonderful. Now I'm going to just put a dimensional on either end, and then it'll just kind of sit onto here. I'm going to get an actual dimensional on either end, and then it'll sit on top of the flowers I just popped up. So that's kind of nice how that works. Okay, just like that. Now that's really nice, but let's make it into a full card. So if I take a piece of lavender, lovely lavender, Highland Heather. Oh my goodness. We used to have a color called Lovely Lavender, I think, didn't we? Lavender Lace, that was what it was. Okay, so I'm just going to take a quarter sheet of this card stock, and then my card will just open like this, but now it's a full-size card. So I really like adding that. All right. So those, again, are just some extra ideas you can use with this kit. Now, I will also give you this little hint. You can take and open up this, and then you'll have some printed paper. Because we put the envelope for this card on a card that will no longer fit in this envelope, we can open this up and then use this awesome inside as a panel of printed paper. So that's just another little tip. Okay, but let me show you the other card that I have to share with you, and that is using the kit Notes of Kindness. This has a really cute little sentiment in it, so I wanted to show you how to make one card, and this has some kind of cool tips. So this features the Painted Harvest stamp set, which came out last year. Many of you have it. It was very, very, very popular. And I'm going to just make kind of a cool card with this. Now I've gone ahead and started out by die cutting the two larger squares from the Stitch Shape framelits, as well as a coordinating scalloped square from the Layering Squares framelits. Then I've got a layer of 4 by 5 1/4 inch early espresso, and then have, let's see, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, very vanilla, and these are vanilla. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is sort of a version of triple time stamping, which is where you get these layers. Okay, so we actually do have 3 layers of cardstock, though we're not actually going to use that one. So take the larger of your 2 squares and then just position it on here where you want it to be. So I've got it kind of sitting right there. Now, one trick with the flowers, the sunflowers, is I've got 2 colors here, Mango Melody and Pumpkin Pie. I'm going to take the darker color and stamp that first. I've been having a little bit more success with that as far as lining this flower up, which makes me kind of giddy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stamp that right here. And what I'm doing is kind of stamping it down far enough that the little center will peek out. I like the center. It gets kind of fun. And I'm giving this a really good press right here. Okay, and then without moving my square, I'm going to do the same thing up here. I'm going to press that in really well, like so. Okay, now I will also stamp this once more right there. Okay, now I'm going to take the larger stamp and the lighter color. So that's kind of backwards from what we typically do. But I'm going to ink that up, and I'm going to, again, hold my piece in place, and then I'm going to line that up. And because we're doing the lighter one, it's easier to kind of see through and line this up, if you ask me. I'm lining up the center ring nicely, just like that. Again, Mango Melody. And then our first color was Pumpkin Pie. So the mango's lighter, the pumpkin is darker, and giving it a good press. Really getting that in there, and then we'll do that one right there. Okay. So next I'm going to do the center, which is going to be an early espresso. And grab that image. Again, holding this in place. I don't want to move it. Keeping it nice and organized. And then I'll stamp my little centers in there. Sometimes I stamp them a couple times just to make sure I cover up everything. And just a touch down there. All right, and then last but not least, I'm going to do one more, which is the leaf in Old Olive. I'm going to close up some of these ink pads because I know you're already stressing about it. Okay, on here, I'm going to take and ink up my leaf, stamp it off, and then let's see. I want to have one image coming down right here. Again, whenever I'm going over this layer of cardstock, I'm giving it a good press. Same thing here. Now you might see just a teeny little gap like right there, but what's going to happen is when we use that scalloped square, it's going to kind of cover that up and block that so we won't see it again. Okay, I think I've got all the leaves I need. Oh, we're going to do one more right in there. Okay, and then there's a darker detail image we're going to go over in full strength. And again, give it a good press like so. All the while I've held this in place. You could use like a glue dot or something to hold it in place if you're not comfortable holding it this many times. That is fine. Actually, I can let go of it now because I'm done stamping on the border between the two. All right, there we go. So that's final. I'm going to pick that up. You can see my empty space. I want to take this piece and adhere it to my scalloped square. And my scallop square is going to go, well, actually, I should probably do this first. Oh, you know what I actually wanted? Well, this should work. I want to pop this layer up. My apologies. Okay, so I've got this adhered to that, and then I'm going to pop this up onto my card. Now, one of the other things I love about doing these extra squares is that I can kind of add some things. Now, look where we had kind of that little teeny gap. You don't see it anymore because of the scalloped square being just a little larger. So it takes that gap up, and now it's all lined up perfect. Isn't that awesome? All right, now we're going to do another layer here, which is this layer. Now I'm going to stamp this with the sentiment that comes in the card kit. You're so kind, which I just love. P.S. I did try adding a sunflower in the background of this, and it did not work out, just so you know. All right, now I'm going to put this right here popped up as well. So I'm going to get some dimensionals on here. And I'm also going to add a couple of little extra touches. Now in this leaf, you might have noticed, has a coordinating punch that actually punches it out. We're going to use it with the vellum, which I actually did. I think I did that on another card. Anyway, yeah, I did for my first video. But I'm just going to take and kind of cup these little leaves again, so they're not flat, like adding a little dimension. Okay, and then I'm going to add some gold metallic thread. Now, I love adding little accents of metallic thread, and of course, oh, here it is. I was going to say it's buried on my desk. I love adding this little bit of thread because I think it's really pretty. Like so. I've got a bunch, and then I'm just gonna, what I like to do on this is let it touch a little bit, like get an end touching somewhere, and then you can just kind of put it on wherever so that it's sticking out like so from your card. And then I'm going to get the other end here in one of those dimensionals. So there we go. That looks pretty good. I'm also going to add my little leaves. Okay, so I'll tuck that one in right here. Oops, got it stuck in my thread. Tuck that one in right there. And likewise this one in up here. And then that just kind of adds a little extra to this beautiful card. Get that out of here. And then, like I said, we'll just pop that up right in the center. Okay, isn't that beautiful? Huh. Okay, now to finish this off, we're just going to layer it on that piece of Early Espresso. And then I've got a crumb cake card base to attach this to. And there you have a gorgeous card. Isn't that beautiful? Now on the inside, I'm going to take one of the sentiments from our stamp set. I think. Maybe. Ah, here it is. And stamp this in. And it says, "Your kindness means so much more than you will ever know." And that goes so nicely with "You're so kind." So I hope you've liked this extra little couple cards that I created for you. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for being VIPs. I really appreciate you guys. Have a great World Card Making Day weekend, and watch, because I'm going to have a little special treat on our Facebook page. So check that out. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.